Be sure to follow my Twitch over at twitch.tv/Daltnix. Thank you. Do you want a hunter build that will be able to outplay any opponent, that has so much movement capabilities that it's just so fun to learn and figure out and master, as well as almost always having some sort of damage buff, making your weapons even more lethal? Well, let's get right into this Prismatic Hunter build that I think needs to be taking over the Crucible. This build is insane. Starting off with our exotic choice, we have the Mask of Bakris. Whenever you have a stasis super equipped, your dodge will become a long-range, fast-moving shift teleport type thing that when you exit the shift, you're going to have increased stasis and arc weapon damage for a short time. This is very, very strong, being able to get bonus damage basically for free. But this gets even stronger once we get into our aspects. Our first aspect that we're going to be running is Winter's Shroud. Anytime you dodge, it will slow a target, and slowing a target will briefly increase your class ability regeneration speed. Now, this has been the yin and yang of the Stasis Hunter kit for a very long time. You run the Mask of Bakris, you teleport away, then you slow them, making it very easy to take them out because you'll have a damage buff. But with Prismatic, we get even more to that crazy kit. The second aspect we're going to be running is Threaded Spectre. Threaded Spectre will make it so whenever you dodge, you will drop a clone at your feet wherever you dodged, and this will leave a strand clone. This strand clone will do damage when it explodes and a target gets near it, as well as dropping 3 threadlings that do even more damage. So now not only with Max of Bakris, you are going to shift teleport away, you are going to slow them, you are going to drop a clone on top of them, and you will also have increased weapon damage. This just makes it so it nets you a free kill pretty much 99% of the time whenever someone jumps on you and you teleport away fast enough. But this build gets even more insane once we get into our abilities. So first off, I normally don't recommend a jump ability, I just say use whatever you want. I think Strafe normally is the best, but in this case, I think Blink is the best pick you can get. If you're not really comfortable with it, I really recommend you give it a try. That way you can be blinking around with your jump, you'll be blinking around with your dodge, and just making it so you can get around really, really fast. And also, most players are not adapted to Blink and are very not used to it. So you're just going to be teleporting around all over the place with your blinks, like I said, from the dodge or the jump, and it is just very, very strong. And the super we're going to be running is Silence and Squall, of course, because you need to run that for Mask of Bakris to work, which is fine. Honestly, this is a fantastic super. The cooldown is really low, and it's a good shutdown super. You just need to be a little careful if you throw it into a lot of enemies, because it will lock you into an animation. But very strong super and great for its cooldown for things such as Trials of Osiris. In terms of our melee capability, personally, I prefer the Smoke Bomb. I think the Smoke Bomb is really, really strong, being able to hold down areas and pretty much just nets you a free kill whenever you use it. But I also think the Threaded Spike could be very good as well. And in terms of Grenade, I like the Grapple just to add even more movement to your kit. So that way you'll have your Blink to teleport around, you will have your Grapple to fly around the map and move at Mach 10. Then you'll have your Mask of Bakris to teleport around even more. Just adding so much movement into the Hunter's kit. And it's just so fun. And if you are enjoying this build and video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it does help out with the channel a lot. I also have a dim link down in the description if you'd like to try this build out, as well as a variety of other links. Thank you so much. Back to the build. Then the first fragment we're going to be running is Facet of Hope. This will make it so whenever you have an elemental buff, that is Amplified Cure, Radiant, Restoration, Devour, Invisibility, Overshield, Frost Armor, or Woven Mail, you will get an increased class ability regeneration rate, so it'll make it so you will get your class ability back even quicker whenever you have one of these buffs proc. Fantastic, helping us get our dodge back as fast as we can. And the way we're going to get this powerful buff up pretty frequently is with our fragments. We're going to be using Facet of Dawn to help achieve getting these buffs. Powerful melee hits against targets will get you Radiant, and powerful melee final blows will make nearby allies Radiant. We don't really care too much about the ally one, we just want to get Radiant ourselves. And with our Smoke Bomb, it will make this incredibly easy to achieve. Smoke Bombs are very, very easy to hit. You just throw in the general vicinity. So not only are you going to smoke somebody, which will weaken them, making them take more damage, you're going to be Radiant, so you will do increased damage. So it makes it just so you can melt anybody who gets in your way. Especially if you Bakris away from somebody, throw a smoke at them, then they're weakened, you get the damage bonus from your helmet, you get the Radiant. You are just going to be melting other Guardians so incredibly fast. Facet of Purpose is our third fragment. This will make it so whenever we pick up an orb, it will grant us Frost Armor because we are running the Silence and Squall super. The Frost Armor isn't the biggest thing in the world. It gives you a 2.5% damage reduction with 1 stack, which isn't the craziest, but for the most part, we are just using this to proc our Facet of Hope to get our ability energy back. But the Frost Armor isn't bad, especially if you can constantly pick up a lot of orbs, you can stack it up a lot. Our fourth fragment is going to be Facet of Balance. Rapidly defeating targets with light damage will grant you melee energy. Rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage grants you grenade energy. This is overall just great to help our ability loop go. and as long as you're taking out multiple enemies, very, very strong. We love it a lot. Then Facet of Protection is going to be our third one. Not only does this give you a +10 to strength, when you're surrounded by combatants, you will become more resistant, and while transcended, this effect is increased. Now, you need to have 3 people around you for this to work, but with how much you're going to be in the fray teleporting around, this gets procced more than you think. Any amount of damage reduction, especially while you're teleporting around all over the place with your blinks and your Mask of Bakris dodge, is a welcome addition to any kit, in my honest opinion. Then lastly, our last fragment, Facet of Blessing. This will make it so whenever you get a melee final blow, it will trigger health regen. Very, very strong, especially in some sticky situations. You can just punch somebody with your normal melee and get some health back very quickly. Very, very strong in that. And then in terms of weapons, I personally really enjoy using the Prosecutor auto rifle. This thing works great with the Mask of Bakris buff. You get the damage buff from that. That mixed with target lock means you will take any opponent down incredibly fast or have a very forgiving time to kill. And then if you get Radiant on top of that, that just makes it so you will take them down even quicker. And then I also enjoy Trespasser. Trespasser is a fantastic arc sidearm on close range maps. And with the Mask of Bakris buff, whenever you get the Trespasser perk procced, you can take somebody down in 0.33 seconds, which is insanely fast. Now, you have to hit all headshots for that in the super burst, but still. And in terms of special weapons, I personally like Conditional Finality because the first shot is stasis, so that will get a buff. Or if you want a shotgun that is more consistent with the damage bonus, Fractifist works amazing too. Just always being a consistent shotgun and being stasis for that weapon bonus. In terms of your helmet mods, I would just run one targeting for your primary and one targeting for your special weapon. Then I would just throw on a Powerful Friends just to help your teammates get armor charges. And in terms of gauntlet mods, I would run a Reloader for your primary, then a Dexterity for your secondary. Then for the last mod, I would just run Momentum Transfer if you value your melee more, and if you value your grenade more, run Impact Deduction. Either one works great. For your chest piece, I would just run 3 unflinchings for whatever primary you're using. For your lag armor mods, I would really recommend a Recuperation, a Better Already, and an Absolution. This is a very, very strong combo. Anytime you pick up an orb, you're pretty much just going to heal to full health, and it is very, very strong. The amount of rounds I've clutched in Trials or got in Clips in Quick Play because I just run over an orb and get my health back, stupidly strong. Then lastly, for the class item, I would run 1 Reaper, then 1 Outreach, and 1 Bomber. Now lastly, now that we've talked about our builds, such as our aspects and fragments, and the exotic, our weapons, and our mods, now let's talk about the playstyle for this build. Overall, you just want to play as aggressive as you can with this build, to be honest. Don't play stupid and just fly into all 3 people and expect to kill them every single time. But this build does give you the capability to really, really make some 1v3 plays. And like I said, if anybody gets close enough to you that your dodge will slow them, you pretty much just win the gunfight immediately the second you shift away if they don't just one-tap you. And it is very, very strong. If you're using an auto rifle such as the Prosecutor, obviously you need to play a little bit more close to range, or it works great with SMGs as well. So overall, just go out there and play aggressive. You can move really, really fast in game modes such as Countdown, where you can pretty much just fly there as fast as you can with Grapple and Blink. And it is very, very strong. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it does help out with the channel a lot. I have a dim link down in the description if you'd like to try out this build right away, as well as a variety of other links. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day.